Hi guys, welcome back to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. Today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys how I plan my days and weeks and why it keeps me calm and why you guys should be doing it. Don't forget to head on over to Instagram and follow me over there as well. Now let's get into today's video. Okay guys, I don't care if if you work outside of the house, if you work inside of the house, if you're a stay-at-home mom, whatever you do, we all need to plan because otherwise you end up with weeks that are crazy. And I will say I've always had a planner. I was raised by my mom and she always had one, so I've always had one. Even going to school, I had one in my backpacks and I would write in it, you know, when I had homework due, when I had a test due, and I feel like it just helps you not have to stress about things. Like if you leave stuff to your brain, then you panic because you don't remember it till last minute, or you don't sleep well because you're trying to remind yourself in your brain when you wake up not to forget it, versus just putting it down, getting it on that planner, and so you can just breathe easy. So I'm going to start off with my planner first, and up until YouTube I just used a normal planner. You guys figure out what works best for you. I'm going to tell you why this one works best for me, but it's very personal. Figure out what you need to write down, how much space, visually what's pleasing to you. What's funny is I am a homeschool teacher and so I just have supplies that, you know, are given to me and all sorts of things. And somebody had given me this teacher's planner book and I hadn't touched it for a few years, and finally I thought, okay, I haven't used this, I'm going to pull it out and see how I can use it into our homeschool day. And as far as homeschool goes, I do not use it at all, but as a planner it has changed my life. And I want to show you why. So if you're super busy and you like to be detailed, I love the way I can plan in this one. So it has like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then on this side I go ahead and add Saturday and Sunday. If you don't need to plan those days, you don't have to add it, but I do have, you know, the whole day of the week on here. But what I like about this, as far as a YouTuber, or if you are working, even if you're not, over here is kind of where I list the videos that are going up that week. So I can pre-plan for the next week or the week ahead and put in. So when I'm going to film, it's like, okay, what do I need to film? And they're over here off to the side. This could be special appointments for you. This could be your kids' activities, whatever. But what helps me plan my day and keeps me so much calmer, because I'm not good at time management, is I broke it down into morning, noon, and evening. So I have Monday right here, and then I have morning, noon, and evening. If I don't plan my day that way, I try to cram as much as I can into the morning, and then I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed, and then I'm tired, and by afternoon I'm done. That does not work for anybody. So what I've learned to do is just go ahead and plan out my day. And in the morning, typically that's homeschool, you know, or get ready. Sometimes, yes, get ready is on the list, because I feel like if you get ready, it deserves a check mark. And I'm all about like crossing stuff off the list. And then afternoon, maybe like an activity with Savannah, or, you know, a chore that needs to get done, whatever. And then evenings, normally like dance class or gymnastics, or edit a video once Chase is home. But then when the morning time's done, say I just have 3 or 4 things and I check them off, and say it's only like 10 or 9:30 or whatever, I get to know, okay, now I get a break, because until the afternoon, I don't have to start those afternoon chores until the afternoon. So I can feel accomplished even in the morning. And then you get to the afternoon chores, and when you get all those done, then you get a break until the evening. And I will say, as a busy mom now that I'm not just staying at home, even some of you that stay at home and have multiple kids, like, you're just busy, life's busy. So I've just learned to literally plan out my day and be like, what do I need to get done today, and what's most important, and where does it need to go on my list? And I will say this has calmed me down so much. I also like to see my week, like some people like to see just one day at a time, which I'm all for. If you need to just live one moment at a time, definitely do that. I like to see the full week so I know what's coming up, what I can prepare myself for, because I don't like being busy. For instance, this week that's coming up, or the week that you guys are watching this, I realized like Saturday that I had overbooked my week. I had about 5 appointments. We were starting homeschool again. Dance was starting back up 2 nights a week, and I looked at it and thought, I physically cannot make all of this work as one person. And so it taught me to look at it, and for the first time, you know, it's hard because I was like just a stay-at-home mom. I was able to make all that work, but now working, you know, full-time on YouTube, I finally looked at it and thought, I just can't do this. And so it's okay to ask for help. I went to my husband, and I will say it was the first time I've ever had to ask for help. So he was even taken back, like, you know, what exactly do you need me to do? But life is gonna change, and it's gonna mold, and you have to roll with the punches. And he sat down with me, and we had to say no to a few things, because you can only do what you can only do, and it's okay as a mom to say, I can't do this. This isn't gonna happen. And so we sat down together and made that work. And it's okay to do that. It's okay not to be running nonstop. I know my health can't do it. We also have a party this weekend, so I'm party planning. There was just too much, and I was already stressed, and it was already affecting the week. And I was starting off the week in a bad mood and stressed, and that is not how I want to start off my week. Another tip is I try not to plan anything on Mondays, and that's just personal for me. You may not want to do that, but to me, I want to start off the week calm. I want to start off the week with a normal routine. I want to be able to get school done and stuff around the house and relax before we get like full force into the week. So I try not to do any doctor's appointments unless we have to, guys. Sometimes you just have to. But I find that's helpful because like the tone of your week is how you start. Another way I start my week is going to church. I feel like when I go to church, it's like putting a new battery in. It just like resets me and resets my mood and the tone for the week and how I want to start it. Figure out what that is for you. You know, if you can find a church, or if it's working out, or if it's writing in your journal or reading your book, figure out what is the best way to start your week, because that's going to play into the rest of the week. And if you're already stressed day one, figure out how you can switch that so you can start off happy and calm. I know a lot of you guys, and I even have friends that aren't into planners. It's just never been a part of their life. They've never done it. But if I can encourage you to try, I think it is helpful. The other thing I like to really do, I'm a note taker. Once again, I was raised that way. So not only do I have it in my planner, but I will also make a list just for Monday. Like I'll write Monday up here, and then I'll have one for Tuesday, Wednesday. This I may go more into detail. So if I said edit a video, I would put edit clips, add music, add voiceover, create thumbnail, save it, upload it, final edits. Like I'll detail it out on here. This is another place I put get ready. If I get ready, I want a reason to mark stuff off. And if I start marking things off a list, I'm like, I got this, I can do it. So maybe even if you're not into planners and you don't want to go there yet, you might just get a cute notepad, write out, so Sunday night, write Monday, and write everything that you want to get done that day. What is that? Take the kids to school, get ready. Bobby Joe has soccer practice. So just write down those key things, and then your brain doesn't have to remember it. It's on the list. I do this if me and Savannah are going to go out and run errands, and it's like I need to pick up a loaf of bread, we need tape, and we need toilet paper. Or, you know, if it's like from all different stores, I'll write Walmart, we need toilet paper. Dollar Tree, we need tape. And so then when I get in the car, I don't get all the way back home and be like, oh, I forgot whatever. And that still happens. But I try to keep just notepads around because that will help keep you organized. And then once again, it's all about like clearing your mind so your head's not just full of like chaos, because that takes a toll on your body. It takes a toll on your moods and your relationships. Get that written down. If you're not into like planning, the other thing I like to do, which makes it fun to me, is I have fun pins and a pen I like to write with. So for whatever reason, I love Sharpies. I love the way they smell, but I love these like fine tip Sharpie pins, and I love the look of these Ray Dunn pads. So I keep both of these out all the time, so it makes me want to pick up my fun little pen and write down what I'm going to do. So if you have like a pen that's running out, or you don't like pencils or markers and you have an ugly notepad there, it's not going to be fun to go ahead and go plan your day. So I encourage you, like, I know that seems silly, but go ahead and grab a cute little pad. You can get these from the Dollar Tree, Target, Dollar Spot, Walmart. They have the cutest stuff now. Go make yourself, like, pick out a special pen or marker, something that you like to use, and then try this for the week. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I encourage you just to see what it's like, to feel like you've accomplished something, feel like you've marked it off, free up that headspace. And let me just remind you, it is okay to ask for help. It is okay to say no. It's okay to look at the week and think, that's just too much and I'm not going to be a good mom or a happy mom if I try to fit that all in. It's just impossible, and that is okay. I feel like us as women just try to do it all. And for so many years, I was able to do that because I stayed at home and didn't have a job, so I could get the dishes done and the floors clean and Savannah to every dance practice and doctor's appointment, and still Chase come home and me not be exhausted. And what I'm learning is I can't do that anymore. I can't work 40, 50, 60 hours a week and have the house clean and have Savannah to every appointment and be a good YouTuber and a good wife. And so I've learned I've had to ask for help, and Chase helps with the chores now. He's, you know, he may have to help Savannah go to dance class, whatever reason. Like, just figure out what works for you, and if you have to say no, it's okay. Everybody's gonna survive. I am going to list, I looked some of these up on Amazon because I also have another one I like a lot. So I'll put some of these teacher planners that I use to actually, you know, do my calendar in my Amazon store. So definitely click that link below if you want to kind of see what I'm using. Some of you may just want your traditional planner. Like I said, I just love that it's pretty much an empty workspace. And I love that I can do my morning, noon, and evening, because I feel like that's the biggest change that I made since I've started working that's really calmed my soul. Like, because if you just see a full list, like here's a list today, and there's like 8 things on it. And to some people, this may be overwhelming. Like, this may be stressful. But if you look at it as like, oh, I just have to do 2 things here and 3 things there, and you kind of break it up, it just doesn't seem so bad. So just remember, like, focus on what's important for that day. Try not to think about like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like, plan those out. But then when you're on Monday, just focus on Monday's chores and just focus on getting those done. And when you get those done, then relax. That is another thing. I've learned I've had to schedule in time to be me, or to relax, or time just to like go and detox and take a break, whatever that means. If it's getting my eyelashes done, or if it's just sitting at home and staring at the wall because I just want it to be quiet and I don't want to do anything. It's hard when people call in or want to schedule something, or can you help me? And you look at your calendar and you're like, it's open, I actually can. Schedule in time where it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm actually booked up at that time, or I actually have an appointment right at that time, so I can't. It is okay to schedule time for you, and do not feel guilty with it. If you would say no because you had to help somebody else, then you should be able to say no because you're going to help yourself, and you're going to give yourself that break, and it will make you a better mom, a better woman, a better husband. Whoever's watching this, it will improve your life. So just remember to schedule in time for you. If you're so busy and you need to do that, schedule in time for date night. Schedule in time for your husband. Even if that's just at home, just say, hey, from 5 to 6, no phones, no nothing. It's just time for us. If that's time for your kids, like, I know that's getting like crazy detailed, but if you're busy and you thrive off a schedule, it may work for you. Schedule in, at this time we're going to eat dinner and there's going to be no cell phones, and we're going to play a board game afterwards. And don't let anything mess those up unless it's like a big emergency, but most of the time there's not. So I hope all these little tips help you. Definitely figure out what works best for you. Start off the year right. I feel like all these little things can help just kind of calm your soul, and that's my purpose. I feel like our church always has us pick a word for the year, and I've really been praying about it and couldn't figure out which word was going to be mine, and we just got home from church, and while I was there, I feel like my word's going to be help, and for 2 reasons. I feel like God's teaching me that I'm going to have to learn to ask for help and that it's okay. And then on the flip side of that, I want to be here for you guys so I can help you. Like, I want you guys to have better lives. I want you guys to have calmer lives, joyful lives, less stress, less debt, less of like worldly things, and just more peace. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Sit down right now and plan out tomorrow. Write that down on a list and see how it helps. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.